So let's say I've got a 6x6, but this piece has come out. What am I going to do? Now, it's got to go back in somehow. So we have a look at each side, having a look if there's any missing piece. And we find right here, you can see that there is a gap. It's not that hard. It's quite hard to get up on the camera, but there is a gap there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these pieces out around it, all these white pieces, and then we have this gap here. Now we're going to have to take this piece out as well, so this can carefully come out as well, hopefully without taking any more pieces out. So now we have these two pieces which can go together, and then we need to slot them back in carefully so that they go back in together. And if they don't go back in together, like here, we take them both out again and try again. You do not want one piece in and not the other. It's completely useless if that happens. So we take them both out again and put them in like that and try and force them in together like that, and there they're both in together. Then we can easily rebuild the rest like this. And yeah, if you can't do this step, then what are you doing owning a 6x6? Just figure it out, because you're going to have to at some point. And then, yep, you can put them all in, and you've got a functioning 6x6 again. So I will refer anyone to CubeSolve Heroes video if you have a completely dismantled 6x6. But let's say you've got a quarter dismantled, like here. Well, there are two ways of doing it. You can either just try and put this piece back in right away, or you can wait until you've done the 1/8. And I think the best option is to wait to do the 1/8. So we then rebuild all of this at first, which can be done pretty easily, pretty quickly. Just put the pieces in place. Hopefully they won't fall. It'll be a bit easier with the outer pieces because they have magnets. If you didn't know that, the inner pieces aren't actually magnetic, it's just the outer layers on all magnetic cubes. And then we have this outer section, and then we can begin this bit here. Just find the right pieces, because obviously there are a few different types of 6x6 pieces. You've got these green pieces which go in a specific place, and it's important. I mean, I say it's important, like it should be incredibly obvious that it's not going to fit in a specific place, because it's just not going to fit. There's no two ways about that. So yeah, that goes there, and it comes out because it's annoying, of course, but you've got to be prepared for that. It is an annoying business trying to fix 6x6s, but it's got to be done. Every cuber is going to have to experience this at some point, especially if you want to get into big cubes. So we rebuild all of this and hold it in place so it doesn't come down, and then we put the pieces there, which should do a bit to secure it in place. And then that can go in. No, that's the wrong piece, so we put this one in instead, and then that piece comes out, so we have to go back and put that piece back in as well, because it's annoying. You have to get used to this. Right, now we have that 1/8 section done, so we can put this piece in and then try and put two of these, they're two slightly different pieces that fit together like that. So we then need to put these two at the bottom here, slide them in. Okay, and then the same with the other two pieces, and they go in at the top. Now this is going to be the more fiddly bit, but it is just a case of pushing them in together. There we go. Not too difficult. Now I'd recommend at this point putting the corner in, and if you've got a 6x6 that's not solved in this, then you've got a bit of an issue, because the 6x6 corner is so far into the puzzle that it's very difficult to twist, and it risks damaging the cube if you try and twist a 6x6 corner when the cube is fully assembled. So I would recommend, if it's not solved and you have to do a partial reassembly like this, just solve the corners quickly or something like that. It shouldn't take too long to solve the corners, and then just a 2x2 basically, and then you know which way the corner needs to go. Or if you're a good blinder, you can just do blind tracing and work it out. But obviously I'm not. Okay, and then get these pieces in. And then this piece, and then this piece, and now we're down to the final 8 pieces, which, as shown at the start of the video, is pretty straightforward. Just put those in. Yep, some of them might be a bit stubborn and mess you around. That's fine. The cube will eventually be reassembled, and thank you for the magnets, because otherwise it would be a bit more difficult. But there we have a fully functional 6x6 again. The MGC is probably one of the easier ones to do this on, but any 6x6, it's basically the same principle. The design is pretty similar, so just do it. Basically, obviously you're not going to want to deliberately disassemble a 6x6 like I've done, but it's going to happen at some point if you're going to practice 6x6, so you might as well learn how to do it. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. If there are any other similar videos you want me to make about how to fix pops and things, then just let me know. Obviously I've had experience with a lot of this sort of thing before.